Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a couple of videos ago I showed you guys Charlie's Playroom, and I mentioned that we sort of loosely follow the Montessori method with him, and asked if you guys would be interested in like how you can make some easy changes to make your home or your playroom more Montessori friendly. And a lot of you guys said that you're interested in that, so I thought I would go ahead and do that video today. The Montessori approach, it was started by Maria Montessori way back when, I don't remember the year. And basically it encourages independent play, teaching them from a very young age how to do things for themselves. They believe in using like natural materials. They're also really big on sort of like nurturing and encouraging a child to be curious about the world and to explore, and that sort of like intrinsic motivation, and also like the ability to focus on a task and things like that. Those are all things that are super important to me, and so if those are things that are important to you, this might be a great approach to look into. Okay, so if you're wanting to transition from sort of like regular, I don't know, mainstream style playroom over to a more Montessori style playroom, let's talk about some changes that you can make. So the first change, get rid of any toys that are what they would call active toys. Toys that like light up or play music or make a lot of noise, or like you push a button and something happens. Those are all active toys, and they cause the child to be more passive. So, you know, the child's just kind of sitting there like pushing it and seeing what it does. They have one set purpose and one set way to play with the toy, and so they just don't encourage much creativity, and kids tend to just get tired of them really quickly. And keep just the toys that are simple, open-ended, meaning, like I said, they can do a lot more than just one thing. So some examples of these types of toys would be balls, blocks, things like play scarves, cars, like simple dolls or stuffed animals, things like that. Think back to toys that maybe your grandparents would have played with, and those are all still very fun for kids now too. Okay, the next easy change that you can make is if you have all of your toys in like a big basket or like a storage bench or something, you have them just all kind of like thrown into something that's closed off, take them out and display them on a shelf. So this is a really easy tip, I think. We used to keep, when Charlie was younger, we kind of got in the habit of just having a basket in the living room, and we just, when he was done playing, we just dump everything back in the basket. And the thing is, they just don't play with stuff if they can't see it. And so you end up with this big basket of stuff that they're not really playing with, or you have to like dump the whole thing out every time. Whereas if you have your toys on a shelf where they can actually see everything, they're a lot more likely to play with it. The next tip, this goes along with the last one, is to start a toy rotation. So obviously if you're keeping the toys out on the shelf, you can't have all of the toys probably that you own on a shelf at one time, because it would just be way too cluttered and just too many. So just start a toy rotation. So we have a big bin of toys in the closet, and every so often, if I start to notice that Charlie's not, you know, playing with a certain toy anymore, or just kind of like not into it anymore, I will switch it out for something else. And this is just such a great tip because they forget about what they have already, and you bring out a new toy and they're just like, it's like Christmas all over again, you know, like they're like, oh, I forgot all about this. Okay, the next tip, when it comes to displaying the toys on the shelf, the Montessori method recommends putting things on like trays and in baskets and things like that, just so they can kind of like easily see this is a set of toys that goes together, and don't have things already put together for them necessarily. So one example is if you have a puzzle, don't store the puzzle with all of the pieces in it. Store the puzzle board and then put the puzzle pieces in a little basket next to the board. It just encourages them to play with it more because they see it and they say, something needs done here, you know? Whereas if the pieces are already in the puzzle board, it's already completed, and so it doesn't really like encourage them, draw them in. So another example, I didn't know how to do this without just getting it off the shelf. Charlie has this with the little rings that stack on here. And rather than storing it with all of the rings already on it, I store the rings in a basket next to it. And it just, he sees it, you know, and it's like, oh, I want to put these from here to here. I don't know, it just encourages them to play more. It works, trust me. You can also use baskets just to store things that are alike without having them out of sight. So, you know, like we store all of his little balls in a basket, all of his animal toys in a basket, and it makes it easy for them to see what they have, but it also keeps things contained and easier to clean up. The next easy tip that you can do is move everything to their level. So I kind of did this. Most things are at his level. You want the space to be easy for them to like get things for themselves. Again, you want to encourage that independence. You don't want them to have to always be like, Mama, I can't reach this. So everything down on their level. And they also say, you know, that just, if you were small, you would want the environment to be suited for you, not like have art that's up too high that they can't see and things like that. Now I will say I have some art that's up high in here because this is like the main area of our house, and so it would just look silly to have everything down low. But if you have like more of a private playroom, or if you keep their toys and stuff in their room, you could do that in their room, and it's just like just makes it nicer for the kid. As far as specific toys that I really like and recommend, we subscribe to the Love Every box. It's a subscription box. This isn't sponsored. During the toddler years, it comes once every 3 months, and it has all Montessori friendly toys that are developmentally appropriate for the age that your kid is in. I just think it's amazing because I used to have to like get on Google and be like 15-month-old Montessori toys, you know, and have to like research what types of things were good for his current age level. But they kind of take all of that guesswork out for you. It comes with a little book that explains like why each toy is in there and what's going on in the kid's brain right now. Also Amazon. I'll put a link below to my Amazon store, and if you click on the Playroom section, you can see a lot of the toys and different things that I have here in his playroom that we've got that we've bought on Amazon. As far as like brands, I love the Melissa and Doug brand, which you can find on Amazon. IKEA is also great, and Melissa and Doug and IKEA I think are both fairly affordable, which is nice. I also just recently got this catalog in the mail. I don't know how they know that we're into Montessori stuff, but it's called For Small Hands, and all of the toys in here are very Montessori friendly, which is great. You don't have to spend a lot of money on things like that, because really it's all about like being more old-fashioned. So it's not stuff that is super like high tech. So I think this is a good like starting video of like easy tips, things that you can change in your playroom to make it more Montessori friendly. I can do more Montessori videos in the future if you'd like. Just let me know in the comments. Again, I'm not a Montessori expert and we don't do this stuff perfectly, but if this is a topic that you guys are interested in, I'm happy to cover it more. I find it very interesting, and I love, I don't know even what you call this. It's kind of like child psychology. I don't know, I just love this type of stuff. So yeah, let me know any like questions that you have in the comments, or if this is something that you do with your child. I would love to hear more about it, or if you've maybe never even heard of Montessori before, just let me know you guys' thoughts and questions and things in the comments. Be sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos, and you can also follow me over on Instagram at hollyhomebody_. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.